Well, one of the mercies we had in Armstrong, even from the days when I joined the band, we always had a good pipe sergeant. Okay, when I joined, Jack McClintock was the pipe sergeant then. My dad came in. When my dad retired, Jackie McComb had it just for a year, but Jackie wanted to retire. And then I got it. Mm-hmm. And Tommy, the way we worked, Tommy did the chanters, I did the drones.
Yeah.
That the 1970 year, the year we won the Grade 2 at Aberdeen, Tommy had gone around the chanters. I did all the drones, and we blew up, played a tune, sounded good. But I remember a voice at my shoulder said, "Son, that's a good sound you have." And I turned around. It was wee Johnny Barclay, pipe sergeant of Shotts.
Very good. See, when you're talking about doing drones now, everybody runs about with drone tuners and all that sort of stuff. Now, you didn't have drone tuners away back in 1970. You didn't have plastic drone reeds either. You had cane and you had sheepskin bags with all the variability comes with weather and everything else.
Yeah, we drone reeds. We obviously it was cane. I got the reeds from D.R. McLennan, and they were excellent. But D.R. once gave me a really good tip on how to work with cane reeds, so we used that. We had a mixture of really sheepskin bags and cowhide bags. Funny enough, I preferred the cowhide. With no moisture control. I've never used moisture control. I still use cowhide bags.
And do you not get any problems with the moisture flashing off the inside of the hide bag in the inclement weather?
No. Oh, again, in this day and age, I'm not playing outside.
Aye, but if you were, say, for instance, the climate being in Ireland and Scotland, it's always raining anyway, and I remember playing at Rossi with the Renfrew pipe band under Tommy Anderson when I was very young. And I got dropped simply because I was using a hide bag and the moisture just flashed right onto the reeds. And Tommy says, "Sorry, I need to drop you," and the bag come out the following week and it was a sheepskin bag went back in again.
No, my father had, in those days, he played a set of lorry drones, but with a Henderson hide bag.
Okay.
And he had the bag on for 8 years.
Jeez, there must be special cows that go there in Ireland. Yeah, listen, I'm not letting you off the hook with this D.R. McLennan drone reeds. The tip for working with the drone reeds. What was his tip there?
Well, I've said to people, I'll tell you the tip, but then I'll have to kill you.
Nobody uses cane now. No, that's a lie.
It was a very simple one, but he said to me, your drone reeds will be subject to climate change. And in the summer, it'll be very hot and your reed will seem to get a bit coarse. Winter, much wetter climate, the reed will swell, it'll stop. He said, the simple answer, tie a new bridle on. Just retie it, put a new bridle on. And I used that. I still do it when I've cane reeds in.
So how often do you do that, Harry?
Just if you feel a reed starting to, let's say, winter time, just starting to squeal a wee bit or stop break. Just just put new bridle on. And if you feel that the reed's just a wee bit unstable, cut the old bridle off and put a new one on. Although now, again, I would use synthetics.
Right, but when you're talking about, we'll need to explain to the listeners here. I know exactly what you're talking about, but if you're talking about tying a new bridle on, you're talking about hemp with beeswax through a coated beeswax, and you're only talking about 6 inches, say, or 5 inches, or 4 inches of hemp, and 2 or 3 turns. What kind of knot, or how did you fasten the hemp?
Well, what I did, made a wee loop, about 3 turns round, tucked the end in through the loop, pulled it, and you pull the knot, as it were, was under.
Yeah.
But for security, tied a wee knot on it. The other alternative, it was a thing my father showed me. You would hold the drone reed in your mouth, make a clove hitch, bring it up across, and pull it tight. And of course, the clove hitch, the strands of hemp overlapped, and then you could put a wee knot onto it.
Oh, we'll need to get a drawing on the screen here, what a clove hitch is. Viewers, Google it.
Hang on.
Oh dear. The other thing about it is while you're looking at the clove hitch is tension, of course.
Here's your clove hitch.
You need to hold it right up to the camera here.
Okay, you see that?
Aye.
One there. One underneath. And we put the reed through.
One, aye. Okay, put it through. Yep. Aye.
I don't have a cane reed there. And you just pulled it. If I had my finger there, you pulled that. It was tight.
So, and the tension that you would pull on to Harry wouldn't be that tight. You would strangle the sort of reed. You watch.
You put it on, and then again, you would just adjust. You would try it and say, right, is it too open, too closed?
Aye. You just nudge it up until you get to open and the double tone, and then it was able to be blown off.
It was my dad did. I did the old-fashioned way. The loop, and then you put.
You need to hold that up to the camera again.
If it had a cane reed, I could show you.
Aye.
The loop.
Again.
And then that was against the body of the reed, and then you put
further
the
up again.
And put the end through, pulled it, and the knot, as it were, went underneath, was held. Again, you had to use waxed. You had to use really good waxed hemp.
Yeah.
But
which you could always go into a cobbler's and get a bit of beeswax, but there's no such thing as a cobbler's now.
Well, you get down the wee block of beeswax or the thermal wax. The black thermal wax.
Yeah, that's right.
Happily, with synthetics, you don't really have that problem.
What did you use for seasoning at that time? For the bag?
Airtight, usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, when I was a kid, my father used black treacle.
Yes.
But then you could get airtight, and it worked. In my current hide bags, don't need seasoned.
Of course.
Just they're I have one on, new one very recently there, but one put on in October
Aye.
hasn't been seasoned. It doesn't. The bag maker says it doesn't require
It's
seasoning.
a lot of them are using goat skin now.
I've actually never seen a goat skin bag.
They've got two or three of them across Europe and using goat skin, and I say it's very good and all this, the rest of it. But I like the sheepskin, I must admit. And you got it if you get somebody like Angus Laurie to make it for you at that time. Angus could make an extended length so that you weren't sort of cramped close in with your hands. You could reach out, you know, if you're quite tall, longer arms. You got about 32 inches long rather than the standard 30, you know. But I'm afraid I'm like the rest of the guys now, my age and all the rest, I just do the synthetic, and I've got a very, very good bag in just now, very happy with it indeed, lovely shape and all the rest of it. So there we go. So that was the setup with your bagpipe and your instrument.